Good evening out there, YouTube, and all my friends around the world. Yes, I'm in the living room watching the channel 12 news, the 5 o'clock news, okay? I want all my friends around the world watch news like us, all right? Okay, so if you watch the news, guess what, my friend? You're not going to miss nothing. Just 26 years old, who asked to be called simply Danny. The older brother reaches into the window, unlocks the door, gets in, points a silver handgun at Danny. He described the 90 terrifying minutes to the Boston Globe. Did Danny feel like he was going to die? He thought that he was going to die. In that car, he listened as the two brothers talked to each other about girls, their iPhones, music. The whole time, fearing he would be next, Danny was trying to figure out how he could escape. The car they chose to carjack, low on gas. They pull into the gas station. The younger brother went in to pay. The older brother puts his gun down and begins working the GPS in the car. And that was the moment. I did it very fast, Danny said, using my left hand and right hand simultaneously to open the door, unfasten my seatbelt, jump out, and go. The victim said he ran at an angle, so when the brother grabbed his gun, it would be harder to shoot him. He hid in the closet in the gas station across the street, and then called 911. Meantime, tonight, another voice. The guy with the hat and the glasses, the aviators, and the 5 o'clock shadow. Jeff Ballman, who while in the hospital with both of his legs blown off, described Tamerlan's face, the only man who wasn't smiling beforehand. Everyone was having a great time. And just that one guy, he didn't look like he was having a good time. Like he sized somebody up, and I just looked at him. I was like, "What's this guy's problem?" Yeah. Stunning that he remembers his face. Lindsay back with us now. And Lindsay, I wanted to ask you about something Pierre Thomas and our investigative team reported into us late today, that there's indication at this point that the brothers might have had more help than just the internet in making these bombs? That's right. Some investigators are saying that they believe that the older brother must have had outside training to help make these bombs, but they just can't prove it yet. Fast moving again tonight. Lindsay Davis in Boston. Lindsay, thank you. And with so much attention on the terror in Boston, late today, another unsettling image, a very stark reminder of September 11th. An incredible discovery wedged between two buildings in New York City, a piece of one of the planes from 9/11. The landing gear just blocks away from ground zero almost 12 years later. ABC's Ron Claiborne is in downtown Manhattan tonight with the images. Ron.
David, some construction workers working at the building here behind me discovered the 5-foot-long piece of landing gear this morning. It bore the manufacturer stamp of Boeing. Both of those aircraft that hit the World Trade Center on 9/11 were made by Boeing. It was found around 11 o'clock this morning, the piece that was discovered wedged between the two buildings, the part bearing a Boeing stamp and serial numbers. It was found not a quarter of a mile from where the North Tower of the two skyscrapers once stood, and where the Freedom Tower now nears completion. It will be finished in just 3 days. Surveyors hired by the property owner to inspect the rear of the building found the debris and called 911. When the airliners flew into the upper floors of the World Trade Center towers, most of those aircraft were consumed in the explosion, but some parts have been recovered. Today's startling discovery comes just days after more human remains were found at the site that has become known as Ground Zero. David, police are treating this now as a crime scene. That means that the construction work that had been going on will now be halted. Authorities will now be sifting that area where they found the landing gear for the possibility of finding human remains. A grim reminder of what happened nearly 11 years ago, just a short distance from here. David?
Wow, Ron, an incredible discovery today. Our thanks to you. And from Washington tonight, another developing story. The president now facing some tough choices on Syria. 24 hours after intelligence revealed Syria has used chemical weapons against its own people. Tonight, the UN is demanding Syria let experts examine the evidence. ABC's Chief White House.
All right. We're thanking God one more time for YouTube for opening the doors for us to share our videos all over the world. We want all our friends to continue watching the news, my friend. Because if you watch the news, guess what, my friend? You will not miss nothing, okay? You're not going to miss anything if you watch the news, all right? But if you don't watch the news, guess what, my friend? You will miss something. That's why we want you to watch the news, okay? God bless you. God keeping you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye, YouTube.